There are various persistent conspiracy theories circulating, and there have even been numerous rumors that Ramzan Kadyrov, due to his health struggles, which we've been watching for several years now, as sometimes he gets worse and sometimes he gets better, there's talk that he has kidney-related medical issues and that his son Adam Kadyrov might donate a kidney to him in such circumstances.
I also monitor the internet, and on the internet, one of these, well, it's more of a joke, really. Like, Ramzan Kadyrov sacrificed his own son just to get kidneys. However, Ramzan Kadyrov's medical complications aren't limited solely or to just his kidneys. His issues are broader than that. But there is highly credible and detailed information suggesting and asserting that Ramzan Kadyrov was poisoned with Novichok.
Okay, let's go into more detail about that.
And because of this, Ramzan Kadyrov can't make use of the kidneys because, in fact, he had a kidney transplant. And as we can see, it didn't help him. He received a kidney from his uncle on his father's side.
Yes, I remember we discussed this in one of our interviews.
Well, still, things aren't getting any better. Ramzan Kadyrov sometimes swells up like a balloon, then deflates like a punctured one. This indicates that he is undergoing comprehensive chemotherapy. Well, why is that? If he only has kidney problems, ideally you just need to do the procedure and that's it. It turns out he's undergoing complex treatment, where not only his kidneys are failing, we even have credible intelligence and reports that he's already moving about and functioning with a catheter, well, specifically with a urinary catheter. And in some videos, you can really see that there's a distinct and unusual protruding object on his side. So yes, Ramzan Kadyrov's health complications are more extensive than just his kidneys.
You mentioned Novichok. But why would a powerful individual who, it appeared, Vladimir Putin trusts implicitly and who controls all of Chechnya, suddenly, we know who uses Novichok for poisoning, the Kremlin. Why do you think the Kremlin targeted him?
Well, to put it quite simply and briefly, the Federal Center has completely exhausted this particular resource. He should quietly and gracefully step down from his position. Either he will leave peacefully, or they will give him a spectacular fireworks show, just like they did to his father. One of those two, but one thing is certain. Ramzan Kadyrov is not the kind of person the Federal Center will let live out his days and send off into retirement. He's not that kind of man. In any case, when the contract was signed between Ramzan Kadyrov and the Federal Center, it was clear, if you read between the lines, that the final outcome would be the grave. There's no other way out. I
also read you
about Novichok.
Yes, about Novichok.
Let us discuss Novichok. Since Vladimir Putin came to power in Russia, in other words, since Putin took office, KGB-style methods have been utilized very widely and frequently. Many of our resistance commanders who ended up in Len were systematically eliminated and neutralized, specifically with Novichok. We have many commanders from the highest levels of the command echelon, the middle echelon, and the rank and file, as well as ordinary fighters, killers, who were exceptionally difficult to target and eliminate and were tragically killed and taken out specifically with Novichok. It happened deep within the heart of the mountains, when they opened an envelope or put on their shoes or put on a military jacket or simply opened a packet of tea or candy. This was exactly what was occurring. So obtaining and using Novichok on the territory of a member republic is absolutely not a problem.
By the way, there is also another version currently circulating across the internet that this accident was deliberately staged. Even those who described the accident said that it was Adam Kadyrov's motorcade. It apparently crashed into something unknown along the way. There was some kind of obstacle on the road, so it's unclear. But there was something there that shouldn't have been, and at high speed he crashed into it. Could this have been staged, considering that there is, after all, a succession? If Ramzan Kadyrov leaves, Adam Ramzanovich Kadyrov will become the president of Chechnya. And it looks as if everything is being prepared for this transition, specifically Adam, I mean.
There is no doubt that in Ramzan Kadyrov's dreams, he has hand-selected one of his sons as the person to whom he will hand over the power he currently holds. That's in his dreams, Ramzan Kadyrov's dreams. That's it. Recently, Ramzan Kadyrov's dreams have not been aligning with the reality of the federal center. As for Abvay, let's think about it.
Let's do that.
Ramzan Kadyrov's son is an underage teenager who completely lacks any understanding of what traffic rules are. Moreover, he believes that if he is behind the wheel, the road ahead should be entirely clear and straight, and without any obstacles whatsoever. Yesterday, forgetting that it's already 2026, I said that last year, around the middle of the year, he ran over some teenagers, school children, in a neighboring village, killing them instantly as he was speeding in a car and didn't even stop. The security detail just found out what happened and where, and they threatened the relatives, gave them money, and that was it. All of this is in Domyar. What am I trying to say with this? That the car accident that took place earlier today is not the first such event recorded in the driving history of the Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov's son, but of course not on this scale. That is precisely why I am absolutely certain he had no real understanding that you need to turn or that you need to carefully observe the designated speed limit. You don't have to worry about colliding or crashing into something or someone else. Because there is security, there is your father, so to speak, and there is a pervasive sense of complete and total impunity. Lawlessness breeds permissiveness. That is exactly what happened with this young boy in the story. So yes, I actually spent time today carefully reading through one of these intriguing theories, which suggests that the dedicated security forces working at the federal level are completely and utterly fed up with the situation. They have reached their limit. It is just another shiny medal, another official appointment, and yet another long hearing for a juvenile offender who has been through the system before. And that's how they staged this car accident. I read about that too. But I don't believe it. I personally believe it was his deep-seated sense of impunity that led this specific individual to this logical conclusion.